on a main stage,
Mm-hmm.
and make a living and a career doing it is definitely a blessing because it's just the talent's out there, man. It's so much talent. It's just it's the collective decision on who's willing to buy into you. Whether it's producers, directors, and you can have the talent, all the talent in the world, but if everything's not in line, doesn't mean you're not good enough. It's just not the timing for you yet. So please get this for granted, man, because this, like we all know, it's a very, very competitive industry. I'm very thankful.
Yes, sir. And like I said, you're doing great things. So for the people that's just getting introduced to you for the first time, we have a new generation out here now. They probably didn't get a chance to catch you in the Nike basketball commercial. Wasn't it back in 2001 when you debuted on it?
It was.
Yeah.
It's accurate. So it was when the Philadelphia 76ers played the LA Lakers when Allen Iverson was getting after it, and they played the Lakers that year. And matter of fact, Nike, they did the Nike Freestyle campaign. They started their first one, and I believe in February, on All-Star Weekend, and then they grew a following and got a pretty good response, and we decided to go back and make a bigger campaign and a bigger commercial with solo commercials attached to it for the NBA Finals. And that's when I was introduced. But as I started in 2001, I was just, graduated high school, trying to figure out where I was going to be, want to play basketball, and, figure out different schools to play. And a buddy of mine called, he was signed with AM1 at the time, main event, and, he was like, Luke, Nike's in the spot, a lot of our guys are with AM1, but they were looking for this ball handler, somebody who could, just dribble and do things nobody's seen before. And, I've been playing and I've never seen nobody do the stuff you do, man. Just go to this audition. And I'm like, man, I'm working at a sneaker store, 18-year-old kid. And sure enough, I took the day off work, went to an open casting call where, streetball legends and NBA players were all in there trying to make their play in this particular campaign that I just had a buzz already before it even started that it was going to go places. It had, Paul Hunter as a director, and Savion Glover was choreographing it. African Bambaataa was behind it with the music. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was huge before I outside. But again, I didn't even go. I'm just trying to buzz, and I didn't really do my best. I was a young kid from William, New Jersey. Auditioning, everybody else was like, streetball, Rucker Park legends that I grew up watching. Nobody knew who I was. Pretty much the only white kid in this audition. And they're like, who's this kid? And I went through my father. I was the last one to audition in this gymnasium in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of glad I was the last one because, kind of take the jitters away when, the gym's starting to clear out and it's down to maybe 3 or 4 people as opposed to a gym full of great basketball talent of 200-300, and you have to sit in front of a camera and just dribble. Just nerve-wracking, especially for any 18-year-old kid.
Of course.
They gave everybody about 30 seconds on a camera, and then they just went to the next one and the next one. Here I am, I'm the very last one in this building. They said, all right, it's your time to stand in front of the camera. There was like a chair, maybe 15 feet away from the camera. So move the chair aside and just, we'll tell you where to go. They told me where to go. They played like the Jay-Z track in the background, just to keep doing momentum. And I just kept dribbling, kept doing my tricks and doing stuff that pretty much I thought I was kind of being creative and doing things I hadn't been doing before. And before you know it, man, one phone call led to another, and the room filled back up, and they just said, keep going. And I ended up being in there for about maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Wow.
Pee Wee Kirkland, actually, streetball legend, walked up to my dad and shook his hand. I was like, man, I don't know where your son's from. I don't know where you guys are from. The story that I've never seen guys before, but I've never seen in all my years of playing basketball anybody handle that rock like your son. And that's huge, man, coming from somebody, who ran the streets as one of the top New York City hustlers.
Right.
In the 70s, and pulling out of a Cadillac with two hot women in a pink fur coat and dropping 55 at halftime in Rucker Park, and turning down NBA contract because he said he made more money in the street. So you get the head nod and the respect from a legend like that, man. You're on the right track. So
right.
It was definitely a moment I would never forget.
Now, did you have the nickname Trikz before you actually came out there to audition?
No, I didn't. Matter of fact, my nickname before that, everybody called me White Iverson. I kind of, I had endless hours trying to master the same crossover Iverson had. And that was kind of my play I was inspired by growing up. And actually later on, Bubba Chuck actually became a real personal friend and like a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
But White Iverson was my nickname until I started doing the Nike stuff. Being a little bit more, I guess, known for dribbling and the skill set. And then, around my neighborhood, everybody just started calling me Trikz. There's more convenient just call me Trikz, and that kind of stuck with me, man. I mean, even business owners, and I'm in meetings, they call me Trikz. They said it just flows. Trikz sounds a lot easier than you saying Louis or Luis sometimes. So it became a nickname. It's like my mom was Trikz. So it kind of stuck with me for about 15, 20 years now.
Okay, so are you trying to master that crossover? You talking about the crossover like from '99, 2000, the one where he did when he actually
posted? Okay, crossover,
yes,
sir. Allen Iverson crossing over Michael Jordan.
Yeah, infamous.
You shouldn't get low. The answer Allen Iverson crossover left to right.
Yes.
So I got really close and kind of mastering that thing. But that became my nickname all through high school up until Trikz.
Okay. Well, I got one more question about basketball for you. If somebody gave you the rock today, could you? Hey, that's what's up. Okay. So, if somebody gave you the rock right now, do you feel that you can actually do that crossover still just as smooth as 17 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely. Because
nice.
I mean, even if I'm not playing, I'm still keeping it in my mind. I'll be in a grocery store now, and my fiance looks at me like I'm crazy. Hesitating, spin moving, and she's like, oh, you look.
Yeah. Okay.
Either they recognize you for a film, or they just think you're crazy. But either or, I get lost in my own space sometimes. I'm in my house trying to cross my door, all the spin moving. It's just something like, ball is life, man. I don't care wherever you are. It's just a love and a passion. I feel like that's my getaway,
so
even
true.
on set. I mean, it's something that I kind of gravitate to, but more like it relaxes me.
Nice. Now, we heard about your basketball side. Now, like I said, legend, you've done a lot since the age of 18. You was practicing before that. We're going to talk about the Nike endorsement deal later on. But as far as it goes for the acting side, when did you first realize that you wanted to become an actor?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, during my time with Nike and doing the Nike freestyle, from which I also shot like maybe 14 other campaigns with Nike. Part of my endorsement deal, like some Gatorade spots. I shot a commercial with Mountain Dew directed by Spike Lee. And I just started to grow a passion, like, man, entertaining in front of a camera. So I wanted to take it a little bit more seriously outside of just sports. And I put the ball down for a while. In 2006 and 7, I really started concentrating on just being an actor. I didn't want to be a basketball player that can act. I just wanted to be the actor, being a respectable actor in my own craft. And like anything else that I do, I kind of get obsessed at, and I just wanted to be, be amongst one of the greats, or have at least be respected as a legitimate actor. So,
right.
In 2007, I had the first opportunity with Neil Jordan in The Brave One with Jodie Foster, Terrence Howard, and I played the lead villain. My first major picture, man, and it was since after that, it was #1 in the box office 3 weeks in a row, and it was great. So I was definitely blessed to have my first project be such a great one and not like an independent film. So, and I still didn't know what was going on. I'm still like had a basketball mentality, but a raw talent in terms of performing and acting, and decided I was going to try to pursue it.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice. Now, when you actually started, and I tell anybody in the past 6 seasons that say they started at a young age, and this is my personal belief, Lou, is that if you have that feeling or you had a desire at a young age and you know you really want to do it, it's going to stick inside of you. And even, I don't care if you're 8, 18, 38, or 88 years old, you can actually get out there and do it. If it's actually inside your heart, it's pumping through your blood, you will end up doing it at the end. It could be for a professional or recreation. I don't care if it's acting. I don't care if it's playing sports. I don't care if it's being a plumber. If it's in you, right, it's something that you're going to do. So I'm glad you stuck with it all the way through, from basketball to acting all the way up. So I want to say thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, anything you have a passion to think about it, it's not something where you're just going to clock in and clock out. When you have a passion, it becomes an obsession. So you love something, you become obsessed with it, right? I don't know anybody who's talented and loves something, but is not obsessed and doesn't think about it all day long. Whether it's music, whether it's your next host job, whether you're a medical practitioner, when you're obsessed and you love something, it's just all you do is all you think of.
That's true.
So it's easy to try to just outdo yourself or be better every single day. I mean, I got a chance to meet Coop a couple of times, and a couple of good friends of mine that actually used to, that know Coop really well, like Stephon Monfer, a good brother of mine, and he used to tell me stories about Coop all the time, how obsessed he is. And even when he's not on the court, all he's doing is talking about basketball. Like,
oh wow,
it's the reason why, Kobe Bryant is just not too many of those that come around.
That's true. That's very true. Now, inside of your acting career, did you what type of obstacles did you have to go through, to get to the success that you have today?
Man, the one that sticks out the most, that I get questioned all the time. No, it's the tattoos. How do you get roles? Well, when you're doing any industry, you got tattoos, they don't expect much of you. They expect you to try to be some background actor, and they don't expect you to probably even speak right. So, they don't really view you. At least it was more taboo 10 years ago, trying to break in. Now it's a little bit different. Times changed in 3-4 years. Tattoos became a little bit more prominent and a lot more. The visibility is a lot greater, especially after all these reality shows, etc. But people didn't know that. Sometimes they kind of think, will it hinder you? And that's my answer to them is, if you're good enough in anything you do, nothing will hinder you. You can work with people itself. That's why it's called Hollywood, and they have things that called makeup to cover things up. So if you go in these rooms and lay your foot down and do your work, the directors will see it, the producers will see it, and more importantly, they'll gravitate to your energy.
Yes.
And maybe something that you think would be a negative, like having maybe tattoos or, being somebody who looks Hispanic and can't get in the lead, maybe that might be beneficial for you, because now you're putting in the work and the delivery, and they might be like, you know what? Well, now with that delivery he's got, maybe it might be, intriguing to add a tattoo or be ethnic and still deliver like that. So,
right.
Having tattoos definitely was probably something where I heard about it the most. And in the beginning, it was probably my biggest hurdle. But after a while, man, I think it's past that now. I mean, thinking about it, I tell people all the time, Johnny Depp probably got more tattoos than I do. But Johnny Depp put his work in.
Right.
So, I for anybody else, I don't think they should be discouraged to have tattoos or piercings. I mean, this is a new age. We're in 2017, and Hollywood, like every other industry, is evolving.
That's true. And that's what I'm glad about, that it is evolving, because back in the early 2000s, I can even take it back to the 90s. I'm an 80s baby, so I was born in 1980. But, when the tattoos start getting more visible, I think Hollywood directors and producers, and not just Hollywood, even in the NY and down in Georgia, they were kind of scared. They saw it. They saw the body art, and it was like, whoa, we can't put him on sitcom television. We can't put him on family movies. But they never get a chance to judge your personality. They go off of your looks. And that's what I'm glad now more people are showing up with tattoos, because now other people are getting a chance now. And they're trying to see what your skill is compared to your look.
Absolutely. I mean, look at arguably Hollywood's biggest names now, have tattoos,
Mm-hmm.
stronger than an ox like Dwayne Johnson, but
Yep.
You're put in a circuit where you're likable amongst all, yet you have a presence to you that kind of looks a lot different. But I mean, it's the way it's going, and it's good. It's good. It shows that just because somebody got tattoos or has a shaved head or has a goatee doesn't make them violent. I mean,
Exactly. You're right about that. Now, in the movie industry right now, do you have any mentors that's actually guiding you through your career right now?
Yes, actually, I had the opportunity last year to work with a fabulous actor, John Travolta, Chris Maloney, Rebecca De Mornay, and I Am Rast, and I was one of the supporting stars in that. And I grew a strong relationship with John Travolta. He's a family friend of mine, and probably my personal mentor in this industry, and kind of guided me through things that need to be done. Fast forward leading into this upcoming movie I have coming out, especially first quarter of 2017, directed by Kevin Conn with the Life and Death of John Gotti, where he plays John Gotti. Kelly Preston's playing Victoria, is John Gotti's actual wife. So he has his real wife on set, and his daughter was working there. So he has an intimate relationship to this movie because he's been working on it for like 7 years to try to get it done. And he called me and wanted me to be a part of it. And I told him, listen, I want you to kind of, I'll let you navigate on what position and opportunity you think would be best suited for me. And he handpicked the role for me, and I took it. I took that. So whatever he thinks he wants me to play in this movie, I'd be more than glad to. And he's like, you know what?
I would
see
too.
a different side. You're like the new Hollywood bad guy and villain, but I want to see you. I think you definitely pull it off because you have a good charismatic ability to you. And he said, you know what? I see you being this medical practitioner. So I went from being the rugged of the rugged in the 999 tattoo MS-13 from neck down to all of a sudden my tattoos are clean, shaved, clean cut, as a medical doctor. So
nice.
I thank him for that. And he's been a positive inspiration in the mentor.
Nice. Big shout outs to John Travolta. If you're listening right now, big shout outs to you. Lewis, make sure you tell him I said what's up next time you talk to him. Big things are going down with John. Big shout outs to you. You're doing big things in the movie industry still. Continue to do what you do. Yes. Now.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Now, Lewis, Kickboxer Vengeance. This is a movie that I believe that's going to do great things. It have already. Can you give people the insight of that movie, of what more insight of that movie, of what you're doing in that movie?
Now, I'm playing the character who's a gritty street hustler, gambler, just about making money, however way possible, working side by side with Gina Carano's character. And we're bookies on the side that all fights that really goes down. It's authentic. It's things that happen in different cities, and being on set with Dave Bautista, the Jean-Claude Van Damme, and all these great MMA and martial arts fighters and champions in their own right is it's amazing to watch how dedicated, disciplined they are in their craft. As an athlete and a fighter, and translating that and watching them on set day in, day out, putting the same amount of effort and work, and how competitive they actually are. So it was amazing to see. I was so happy to be a part of it, and I was a huge fan of the original Kickboxer. I grew up watching that,
Yes.
When it releases in the 90s. And it was my second time working with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I worked with him once in 2012 in an independent film called Dragon Eye with Kung Lee. And also it was a debut of my homeboy, Jason Mitchell, who's the Eazy-E now. So that was his first real debut. And another personal friend of mine as well, before he even got started. Those are the days where he had to leave set and go work back at the Oyster Bar in Metairie, Louisiana, man. So it's fun to see him and his little career flourish as well, man. So it was a blessing. It's a blessing. And how dynamic that set was, man. I think out of all the sets I ever worked on, I've never seen so many in shape actors, and that craft service table has nothing but like healthy protein options and amino acid drink juices, flow shots, and these are all competitors that they take care of their body just as much as they're working on the craft. So it's interesting to be involved in.
Nice. Big shout out to Jean-Claude Van Damme also. You've been doing your thing for the longest and you're continuing to do it. Keep doing what you do also. You're giving people like Lewis a chance to get out there to do his thing, and look at him. I mean, he's building his resume like never before. Big shout outs to Lionsgate, The Life and Death of John Gotti. Big shout outs to that also. I mean, you're doing a lot, Lewis, and I don't see yourself slowing down anytime soon. I don't even think, to be truthful, I want to know how do you sleep, because you're so busy being on set and with the rock in your hand. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Now, are there any other projects that you would like to speak about that you're working on right now that you would like to let the world know about?
Yeah, well, like I said, I got the Life and Death of John Gotti coming out first quarter. Independent movie I did, I really like, was directed by Jim Jarmusch and Adam Driver, called Patterson, about a poet, real event about a poet who grew up in Patterson, New Jersey, and he used his name Patterson. So I think that's a project that's out now. It's been doing really good on the film festival circuit. So you can check that out now. And then, if anybody's home and wants to just catch up with some of the previous projects I've done, they probably wouldn't even know how to connect the dots, man. I mean, American Hero with Stephen Dorff and Eddie Griffin, and American Heist with Akon, Hayden Christensen, Adrian Brody, 999, if you haven't seen that.
Yes.
There's the MS-13, and Casey Affleck just won the Golden Globe. Shout out to Casey for that one. And Iron Wrath. So check out Iron Wrath. I want people to understand and see that film. It's a really good film, and that's kind of where we kind of connected and grew a relationship with John Travolta. It's a really good case. Yeah, man. If anybody wants to continue on following me, and I'm on all social media platforms at Louis Trikz. That's Luistrikz. And I'm here. I try to get into all my DMs and answer as many people as I possibly can on how to break through the industry and different questions they have about their tattoos or different type of roles, etc. So it takes me a while, but between me and my publicity team, try to get to everybody.
That's what's up. For the people that are just tuning in live right now worldwide, give it to them one more time, Louis. Let them know how they can find you on social media. One more time.
Yeah, man. So I'm on Instagram at Louis Trikz. That's Luistrikz. I'm on Twitter at Louis Trikz. Same thing, Luistrikz. Snapchat's the same thing, Luistrikz, or LouisTrikz.com. So pretty much between all the platforms you can reach me. I'm heavier on the gram, so I'm usually always on Instagram. You can catch me there, and if anybody has any questions, and I'm as real as it gets, man. I just try to get around to everybody. So if you're trying to break into Hollywood, or have questions about sports or how to mend it to, or what's going on next, feel free to hit me up.
Nice. Everybody listening worldwide right now, you can't get it confused. Louis Trikz. Go find him on Instagram. Follow him on social media, period. Catch up with the latest and greatest. Keep up with him. You'll see what he's doing through his career, from the movies, from handling the rock. And when I say by the rock, people, if you don't know what that means, I'm talking about basketball. I'm not talking about drugs. Also, guys, I'm telling you, if you have any questions about basketball, if you have any questions about getting into the industry, if you have any questions about tattoos, you have any questions about anything, hit him up. His team is going to make sure that they tell him who's hitting him up, and he will respond eventually. So make sure you follow him on social media. Yes, make sure you do that. Louis, I know you're a busy man, so I'm not going to hold you up much longer. But what is your ultimate goal as an actor?
I guess my ultimate goal as an actor, and it's work of practice, man. I mean, it's drawing and growing the ability to have producers and studios believe that you can actually hold and fulfill your end of the bargain, starring in your own picture, man. So anybody can be like, okay, I'm a star in a movie, and you can, but when you actually have a team behind you that that believe that you can roll out 3 or 4 pictures and you know, different type of genres. That's my ultimate goal is, and then from there, eventually later on, you know, being able to paint my own canvas and direct. But that's a little far ahead.
Nice. Don't worry, it's coming. It's definitely coming. Now, and like I said, I know you're a busy man, so final question for you. What advice would you give any male or female that wants to become an actor or actress in the industry? If they hit you up right now on social media to ask you that question, what would you tell them?
Don't be desperate and be patient. And when I mean don't be desperate, there's a lot of different scams. People trying to tell you how to pay to try to be in an agency or pay me. I can try to, you know, send your pictures out here and there. Talent's going to find talent. And if you're good enough, you're going to get there. And be patient. I mean, it's something that I still challenge myself with, but it's the best advice I give somebody. It doesn't happen overnight. But, you know, start off with getting the right pictures done and, you know, take the right steps. If you're a woman, don't be intrigued with somebody trying to, you know, lure you in because of how you look. Let them appreciate you for your craft. And if you're a guy, don't sell yourself short thinking because, you know what, you got too many muscles, you're going to be the background guy. Don't settle. Don't settle. Know your worth, know your value. And sometimes it's worth you taking a step back and saying you're not going to do something, even if it's paying a little bit, to keep your boundaries and keep your stock high and knowing that, you know what, you're not going to settle for something that you know you're better than. Because by doing that, sometimes you get put in a box, and then that's even harder to jump out of, you know, and, you know, just stand for what you believe in.
Nice.
But this does not happen overnight. You know, if you're looking for an overnight success, you're better off going to your local corner store, bodega, man, and get $1 scratch off, get that jackpot. That type of industry.
Nice. That's so true. Definitely so true. Louis, I want to thank you again for coming on the show. I would love to have you back on in the future.
Already.
Yes. All right, guys, everybody.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Everybody, make sure you do go check them out on social media. Follow them on social media. Keep up with them. Check out Lionsgate, The Life and Death of John Gotti. Check out Kickboxer Vengeance. Check them out everywhere you can. Oh, and go look for it. It's probably on YouTube. I know it's on YouTube. Find that 2001 video of him in Nike when he's actually made the Nike commercial. The only non-NBA basketball player on that commercial. Got endorsement deals. Doing big things. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Louis De Silva. And we'll catch him next time on The Big Scoop with Coop.
You know what time it is. Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop.